welcome back to Coffee with the Wolves. My name is Damien Dennis, and this week we're going to be talking women's soccer. Joining me is head coach Henry Cheung.
How are you, Damien?
I am good. Now, before we get into our conversation here, I have to remind everybody that Coffee with the Wolves is presented by Grounded Coffee Bar.
Hey everyone, it's a great day to get grounded. With locations in New Lenox and Frankfort, it's always a good time to stop by and try our seasonal drinks. Whether that's cherry as summer comes to an end or pumpkin as fall begins. We've also updated our hours to better serve you. We're open late on Fridays and Saturdays now until 9 p.m. Make sure you're following our socials, that's Instagram and Facebook, for the latest updates on our specials and events so you don't miss out. Grounded Coffee Bar is a proud sponsor of Coffee with the Wolves and JJC Athletics.
All right. Big thanks to Grounded Coffee Bar for sponsoring Coffee with the Wolves. We've been trying to do this forever. Henry, the joke's always been
Yes.
conspicuous lack of coffee on Coffee with the Wolves.
I know. I don't drink coffee, but thanks for the sponsoring.
Yeah. I don't have any coffee here today, but I did have a couple cups of just black coffee this morning. So
That's great.
and I'm kind of dreading it or regretting it at the moment. I have no water with me. I need water before these conversations. But anyway, Henry, your team is off to a heck of a start here. You've won, what is it now, 8 in a row?
8 and 0, yes.
And none of these games have been close. I've got the schedule open in front of us. I'm pretty sure your closest game was a 4-2 victory.
4-2, yes, the second game of the season.
Yeah. What can you say about just kind of how your team is clicking and rolling right now?
Yes, I have to give credit to the players and the coaches. They are just doing an amazing job. From day one of preseason, we set the goal up, say, hey, we want to compete every game. We want to win every game. We want to go to national, and and the girls are doing exactly what they were told to. They executed the game plan. They followed the coach's instruction. Doing really, really good. It's very fun to coach them and watching them play on the field.
Yeah. Who are some of those student athletes who are really kind of making an impact? I mean, you've had several 8-0, kind of those dominant victories here, numerous shutouts. So I know the scoring is probably being shared, assists, goalkeeping.
It's not just one single player. We have 5 or 6 individuals that score more than 3 or more goals.
Yeah.
We have 3 individuals have 3 or more assists in the season. Our goalkeeper with 3 amazing goalkeepers, and all 3 of them share playing time, and all 3 of them, doing their job. It's a teamwork. When you have all 20 girls work together, put their mind together, communicate, show up at every single practice, and then you can see the result on the field.
Yeah. So many shutout victories here.
Yes.
That's got to help make you feel good as a coach.
It's good, those games, give our players some confidence, but we, have really last couple games against College of DuPage. It was a very good game. Yesterday, we went up to Triton. It was a good game, 5-1, back and forth. The girls are getting really hot, and we have if you look at our schedule, we have 8 more games, and they are not easy games. We're playing some top teams in the region, ranked team. But we're ready for the challenge.
How do you kind of keep the momentum going and keep everyone kind of on the same page when it comes to, going undefeated's hard.
Yeah.
And me just saying that may have jinxed it now. But, 8 straight, 8 games left. There's a chance you maybe finish with just 2 losses, let's say.
Yep. It's all about, communication. Set up the coaches and player have a very good relationship. Open dialogue. We give them a day off today because we didn't get home till 11:30, 10:30, 11 away from our game. Just a lot of communication. Open policy. The captains are doing really good. I know you met. We have Tegan that was on a month ago. And she's one of the captains, so making sure, the girls are on the right path, show up at practice, making sure, if people go to class, getting the thing done that what they need to, go to class, go to work, go to practice, and make sure they stay on track.
Yeah, and with the season, the regular season being kind of halfway over, you don't want to look too far ahead.
Mhm.
But again, sticking with just kind of keeping momentum. But you get to the postseason, you don't want to have a letdown. What do you do when you get to the end of the regular season? You kind of prepare for that new season, so to speak.
Right now, I told the player, they have to take care of their bodies. We play 8 games, 8 more to go. You can see, they're getting a little tired, right? They go to school, all day. Some of them work. One thing is they need to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Right. We started with 20 player, and I told them I want to bring all 20 of them to the national. So, they go see the trainer before and after practice. Stay hydrated. Follow the plan. Just to stay healthy. I think we're doing a really good job. But we need all 20 of them to stay together.
Now, you mentioned, you can tell they're getting tired. Is that why they gave up 1 goal to Triton after 5 straight shutouts?
Yes. It was a questionable call, but the girl picked it up after the game was tied 1-1. We scored like 2 goals within 5 minutes at the second half. And then, the girl just pick each other up, And, I always say that I have an easy job, because I do, all the coaching, at practice. But, the girls are doing all the work at games. You have to give them all the credits.
And clearly, everything's clicking for this team on the field. Is that because of their interactions off the field? The chemistry. I always ask about chemistry amongst the teams.
Yes, it makes a big difference. I think we mentioned that in our preseason we went up to Michigan for a team bonding. We took a day off of practice. We went out, just to hang out, just to be ourselves, be funny, be goofy, be ourselves. We're not talk about soccer. And I think make a difference. The girl, got to know each other very good. I know they go out to eat, they go hang out. They go to support other sport events. That make a big difference. All the off the field activity, you can bring it to the on the field success.
Yeah. Your next game is here on Saturday against Wabansie at home.
Yes.
Anything maybe that you're looking to see? Maybe do you expect them to throw anything specific at you?
Yes. Wabansie has always been a tough opponent for us. Last 2 years is always 1 or 2-0 goals games. But yeah, they're gonna come in. Our girls be ready. It's gonna be a good game. Saturday morning at 11. Hopefully we get some decent weather. We get all the supporter coming in and cheer for us. But it's gonna be a good match to see where we at. Because earlier of the season we played some teams that didn't have a full team. The player were not ready. But looking at the next 5 or 6 game, we play Wabansie, we play Rockford, we play South Suburban. Those are good to see. Good teams that to see where we at. In the going to the playoff.
Yeah, and again, the people watching can't see this. I have the schedule open in front of us. Looks like you got a week off next week.
We got a week off. I did it on purpose. We are like half the season, right? We play 8 games, 8 more to go. So I think it's really good to have, an off day, next week during the week to give the girl some time off, take care of themselves, take care of the injured, and then start the second half of the season.
If you can go 9-0, I'm gonna jinx you again. I know we shouldn't talk about it, but how would you feel if you get that victory against Wabansie on Saturday? Then you have that week off. Start that first half going undefeated.
It'll be good. For the girls playing a tough team and come out with a victory on Saturday to give them a more encouragement, I would say. To so they know, hey, we're a good team. We are not just beating teams, that are not prepared. But I told them, say, hey, we earn everything. We didn't just walk on the field and the score all of a sudden become 8-0.
Yeah.
We still have to put the ball down and score and work together as a team. So, the girls earn it, every single day from day one, from preseason. So, the girls are doing an amazing job. This is a fun team to watch.
Yeah. And next up here, after I'm done speaking with you, we got Kayla coming on. Just real quick, let's end on that, So just talk about her impact on the.
Kayla, it's a little story. I used to coach Kayla when she was 12 and 13 years old.
Right.
Now 7 years later, I'm coaching again. Little reunions. I know her very well. I know what kind of player she is, what kind of person she is. She was recently the Wolf of the month.
Wolf of the week.
Wolf of the week. Amazing individual. She's loved by her teammate. Her coaches. One of the hardworking player that you will ever ask for. She always do more than you ask her to. Put in 110% on the field. She have some injury recently, but she's tough. She's a tough girl. She's one of the main player on the team.
It's one of those rare instances where you're talking about your player, all these positives, and they're not actually in the room with us, because usually they're behind the camera, and the coach says this stuff, and they're just over there blushing or whatever.
No, she knows that she's doing a good job, and she's one of the, I think she's number 3 in scoring in Division 3 NJCAA. She's gonna keep going. She told me yesterday she's not done. She just started right now.
Well, Henry, I appreciate you taking the time to sit here with me, catch up a little bit about women's soccer. Good luck Saturday,
Thank
and then we'll have you on again probably in 3-4 weeks, something like that.
Yes, we'd love to.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
And next up here on Coffee with the Wolves, I'm joined by women's soccer player Kayla Koranda. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
New to the headset and everything. Can you hear yourself well?
Yeah, I can.
Everyone's always intimidated by it, like the first time they put it on. So.
Yeah, is this actually what I sound like?
Yep.
Wow, cool.
Your coach came in, he put it on, and he was playing with the microphone. He kept putting it up and down and trying to figure out which way it went.
Of course he was.
But yeah, we're here to talk, women's soccer. You guys are about halfway through the season. 8-0 with 5 straight shutouts, and then, you gave up a goal Wednesday against Triton College. But how you feeling, about the start to this season so far?
Honestly, I'm a little shocked. I didn't expect us to come out this strong and this hard, especially being a new team and all. There weren't many returners that stayed. It's a very new freshman team, so I was surprised by our connection and our ability to just work together really well.
Yeah, I asked your coach about chemistry. Since you're one of the players, from your perspective, how have you guys built chemistry both on and off the field, just to kind of, this is one heck of a start here.
Yeah, I think we all just have the same desire in our heart, we all work really hard. We all have that drive to just win and support each other. So if you're not supporting each other, you're not going to get there.
Yeah. How do you guys kind of build that chemistry? Coach talked a lot about doing things as a team. You went on a trip to Michigan in the preseason, gatherings, off campus, on campus.
Yeah, so I know before school started, some of us walked around the building, showed each other where our classes were. That was a good time to bond. We did go to the beach. We all tried to play volleyball, but that didn't work out very well. But, what girl doesn't love the beach? So that was a good spot to bond and stuff. And then on the field, we all have our own little jokes and stuff, being in the locker room together. We all just have that kind of time to joke around and just get to know each other. And I think that helps a lot.
I want to ask a little bit about your success this year as an individual, because we know last week NJCAA Division 3 named you Player of the Week.
Mm-hmm.
You earned Wolf of the Week, which is a new thing we're doing here on this podcast. We'll have another one, at the end of this one. But I think I've only I've only been to one of your games, I think, so far. Can't remember if I've been to two, but I remember seeing you score, I think, 2 or 3 goals.
Oh, okay.
Just your success out there. Obviously it helps the team overall. How do you feel about where you're at as a player?
I feel really good about where I'm at. I did go through a surgery that kind of backstabbed me, so I never thought I would be here, especially since the surgeon literally told me you won't play again. So to be where I am today is just truly a blessing, and I don't know what else I would do without it.
What was that comeback like, being told you'd never be able to play again, but then obviously you're playing again.
Yeah.
So kind of coming back to the sport.
Yeah, it was definitely hard. It was a lot on the body, still is, but I go to the trainer almost every day. I do my own PT. I really just got to keep up with the physical health and just keep working up from there.
Yeah. Do any of your teammates find your kind of approach to, just taking your own health seriously? Are they inspired by it at all, do you think?
I mean, I would hope so. There's plenty of us in the trainer all the time, so I think our overall physical health is really important to each of us.
Coach Henry talked a lot about that in general, just keeping the team healthy, especially, we're halfway through the season, and you want to keep that momentum going. Very hard to go undefeated, but right now, you have a chance to, you got a game Saturday, you have a chance to go 9-0 before a week off. How important does Coach kind of stress on you guys, your health, your physical health, even your mental health?
He stresses it a lot. For example, today we have practice. However, first we're meeting with Scott, and he's going to take us through like mind breathing or belly breathing or all that kind of stuff to help teach us how to calm our mind when we're playing. And then physical health, I said we have practice, but really we're just watching film because we all played really hard yesterday to get that W. So film and Scott today is all we have, but they make sure we get a good stretch in every day.
Yeah. So Coach told me, I didn't know this, but he said he's actually coached you before, like when you were 12 or 13. I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
What was it like kind of being coached by him when you were, a preteen, and then, now you're a college kid and he's still coaching you?
Yeah, it's Henry's the same. He's always been the same. He's always been this jolly, goofy guy. Although I have seen him yell a little more in his old age now than I did previously, but it's cool to make that full loop around. It really feels like a good way to end it.
Is it so much that he's yelling in his old age, or that he just thinks he can get away with it now?
That might be true.
What do you like about his coaching style? I mean, I don't know if you had a choice when you were younger about him being your coach, but you kind of did when you came to JJC.
Yeah.
So
I like it a lot. He kind of lets you do your thing. He will tell you what he wants from you depending on the game and what you're up against, but he does let you kind of like freestyle and do whatever you want.
Yeah. How does that translate on the field?
I think it translates super well because then all of us are super comfortable in how we're playing, and I think that helps us connect well throughout the field.
Yeah. Now, here at JJC, I should have looked this up. Are you a freshman or sophomore?
Okay, so I'm a sophomore for school, but I'm a freshman for soccer.
Cool. Well, I mean, that still answers my question there. But I asked because I'm curious to know about how you kind of came to JJC, both as a player and then maybe on the academic side, kind of if you have a major, what are you majoring in? But also, just what do you like about the academic side?
Yeah, so JJC doesn't have a dental hygiene program, but I am here to get the prereqs done. So prereqs at JJC are cheaper than university, so that was kind of a good point. And then obviously I knew Henry previously, so that was another draw because I was like, oh, maybe I can play soccer. Yeah. Obviously, my freshman year of academics, I wasn't allowed to. I wasn't released yet. Yeah. So it was really just grinding out the academics, making sure I get all the big classes over with so that I can try to juggle soccer and academics at the same time. Henry had been telling me to come play for him for like 3 years. He's like, Kiki, come play for me. Ever
That's
since.
a great impression.
When you've known him for so long, you get pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, from like my senior year, I wasn't even done yet. He was like, "Kike, come play for JJC," and I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what's up in my path for me. But then I texted him one day. I was like, "You still want me to play for you?" He was like, "Kike, yes." I was like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah. It's got to be an easy choice when you kind of already know the coach. You know, like it sounds like other than the injury, you had no second doubts about it.
No.
Or, yeah.
No. I wanted to play my freshman year, academically, but like I said, I wasn't released, so that was sad.
I mean, that means you still got more time to play then, though, right?
I don't know if I'm gonna play after this.
Well, you know, you got, I think, 8 games left. Chance to go 9-0 this Saturday. I told your coach it's very hard to go undefeated. I told you that. But, you know, realistically, where are you expecting to go, you know, with the season? You know, how do you expect this team to finish before the postseason?
You know what? I really hope we can finish strong. I do know that we do have some tough games coming up later in the season. But, I mean, yesterday's game showed how we can bounce back. You know, we went up 1-0, and then they tied it 1-1. And, you know, Henry kind of stuck it to us. He was like, I need this. He just told us what he wanted from us, and we were able to execute it and get that W yesterday. So we're very strong mentally and physically as a team. So I'm hoping we can finish out the season undefeated, maybe with some tougher games along the way.
Cool. Well, Kayla, I appreciate you taking the time to join me here on Coffee with the Wolves, your first time.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to feature soccer at least once or, you know, 1 or 2 more times before the season ends. But, again, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Then I don't know who it is because I decide that after I record with the Wolf of the Week. So,
Oh.